Right now you know we unstoppable. Unstoppable, that mean them can't stop ya. Unstoppable, run away train.
I have a young lady here that wants to make it public, because she's faced with an issue where her mother has been employed with a company for a number of years. And over the years, her mother has been employed with this company. She's due to receive her pension, but now she's unable to get it, and them just a give her the run around back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So at this point, her daughter is fed up. Her daughter just don't know which other way to turn, so she decides, what, she's going to put it to social media, and hopefully the video will make its way to the persons who it needs to get to. So everybody who is here right now, you can help by sharing this video right now. Just click the share button right now and get this video to just go off everywhere, right? So that it can end up in front of whoever it needs to end up in front of, so that they can see this and address this matter. So the young lady is here right now. I'm going to add her to the live so that she can start telling us about the situation that she is bothered with. All right. So let's jump right into it now, Fabian, because the viewers here, everybody wants to know what's going on. But viewers, before Fabian even begins speaking, I'm going to ask everybody one more time to just please share out the stream right now. Share it. If you're not share it yet, share it out right now, because it's an important issue that she is plagued with right now, right? And she needs your assistance. And how you can assist is just simply by sharing it. By you sharing out the live, it may end up in front of that specific government agency that she is referring to. And by the way, Fabian, Moaya, call the name of the government agency or whichever place your mother work or used to work, so that them can at them. So when she call the name, the whole owner just type at them, so them see the live. So which company it is, Fabian?
So she worked for Ministry of Health in Jamaica.
Lord Jesus and peace. See there? Watch you now. People on the tag tough then.
Yeah, Ministry of from 1981. I am 41 years old. I was born 1980. So from 1981 until 2017. And
only
she worked,
years.
yes, she worked in all the clinics in St. Thomas, all the hospital in St. Thomas and Port Antonio. She worked at Children's Hospital, the training. She worked at Bellevue, the training, when she was doing her LPN in Kingston to become an LPN nurse. She was a dental assistant for maybe a good 3 years. And then she went back to do LPN because I think she kind of get tired of the dental assistant, and then she went back, back in full course. And she just been working she go from Port Antonio Hospital to Marant Bay Hospital, and she'd been doing back and forth maybe for a few years at one place, few years at other place and stuff like that. So, and she started out as a community health aide. And I remember that vividly, because I remember when my mom used to come home, she used to wear blue uniform. Anyone from St. Thomas a lot of people, if anyone here from Amitia, St. Thomas, Golden Grove would know my mother very, very well. Me not even have to mention her name because she don't really want me to, but she worked with Ministry of Health for all these years. And to be, I have never have no memory of my mother ever say she no feel for go work. That woman don't miss work. She always go to work, even if she get up with a headache. Because my dad was like, because my dad worked with the shipping company for years, over 30 years. But if my dad is home on vacation and he's like, well, since you don't feel so well, call out, she still go to work. I remember before I even leave Jamaica, my mother got work at Port Antonio, night shift she depend. Then time there she have a car. Yeah? So she have a taxi and take bus from where we live to Port Antonio. So imagine going through all of that. Sometimes she don't have a right to come home. When her morning shift done, she have to wait on taxi to bring her home, which used to live like maybe an hour away or 45 minutes away. So you go through all of that, you devote your time, your energy. My mother is not a mean person. So it's not like one of them nurses that were rude and will embarrass you or hit you when you have go through childbirth. She's not that type of person. When I was a kid, I remember people used to come in the community, they have a little cut and my yard them there, and my mother they out there dress cut and all of them something there. And she would give them information, come to clinic that day here because doctor got there a clinic that day here, so you can come that day here and stuff like that. Even when she was a dental assistant, people would come and she would have like, oh, the dentist I go come every Thursday. You can come that day there and this at the time. She give out information. When I was a child and she used to wear blue uniform, my mother used to walk around with scale in a Duckensfield and Stokesall and Martin St. Thomas, walk around with scale. There's a community health aide wearing blue uniform, giving out birth control and condom, walk around with book for take note. Each family member, oh, she go have new baby. You will wear the baby then time they have to take note of what the person name, how much them baby weigh, XYZ, all of those things. And upon foot them there, I do that. I walk them, I walk and I do that, you know. So you go all of these things. And then when it's time for you to hang up your robe and say, okay, I have done enough for my country, enough for society. 4 years? 4 years. 2021, I'm going to make it 4 years. And she not see a 50 cent out her pension.
So your mother has been a devoted employee for the government
Yes,
for years.
for the government of Jamaica.
We have to point that out. Your mother has been a devoted employee for the government for years.
Yes.
And now she wants to get her pension. For the people who just forwarding and don't understand what we're talking about, she wants to get her pension, which she is entitled to, but she is having issues getting it. Now, people, as I asked before, I want you to tag the Ministry of Health. I want you to tag Christopher Tufton.
As Ministry of Health and Ministry of Finances, where everything, because one department have to send information to the other department, and that is where we're having issue. Because when she go to Ministry of Finance, them a tell her, say, oh well, we not get some of the documents from up here. So when we got Ministry of Health, oh well, we did send out the documents, got Ministry of, and I saw we are going a circle, like so with a park in America around. I saw we are going a circle.
When was if you can remember, what was the first time your mother went and made an attempt to get her get some kind of paperwork sorted out so she can get her pension?
I think she started maybe somewhere between 2017 or maybe the end of 2017 going into 2018, but she started way before 2019. Because I remember when she was doing it, you know, when she make trip down there, they would tell her, say, oh, some of your document not come from Marby Hospital as yet. She would make it her point of duty to go to some of these offices, whatever them need. She take her time off or whatever and go down there, try to get some of the documents and bring them into Kingston herself. What they need from Port Antonio Hospital, she go up there and she try to get some of the documents from there herself. So I do her thing, I try assist them as well so that she can get her pension. So she started between 2017 to 2018, but it started way before 2019.
So you say when she go, you say it's Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Health. So when she go to Ministry of Finance, I tell her, I say, there's some document shortage where them not get from Ministry of Health. And then she go back to Ministry of Health and what them tell her, say?
Them tell her the same thing. Them tell her, say, them send some of the documents, I mean, they send everything after Ministry of Finance already. Right? And then when she go back down at Ministry of, because she come to Kingston, she not come that regular because she have to travel back and forth. She not have the time for do the back and forth, and she not so big pan the driving in a Kingston, but she would drive in a Portland or whatever, you know. So when she get the chance, when she go, and she do call, but it's like at this point, because they know her voice so much, when she call, she still get the run around, and me call as well. I call, my sisters call, you know, and all of we are working people, because me have to take her from work to make that phone call, and me 3.5 hours behind from Jamaica. So me have to get up on a time, I clock the time for call. My sister then call, my dad call, and don't get me wrong, we spoke to 3, I think, people at Ministry of Health, right? Were very helpful. I spoke to a young lady there, and she was very, very helpful. And she told me herself, a matter of fact, when I called the very first day, from the moment I give her my mother name, she knew exactly who she was. She could tell me everything about my mother case when I called, the first time when I called. And she told me, she said, 3 years now, me I work on your mother case and I send this stuff them down to Ministry of Finance. She said they asked for the document 2 times. And she said her boss sent it there and she sent it there. know what seemed to be the problem.
And I know in our previous conversation, you had mentioned something like somebody said she needs to continuously call and check on it and stuff like that.
Continuously call, which I feel that is stupidity and
Yeah,
pure, that just agitate me the most.
right.
Because I live in the state for years and I have never filed unemployment until about, I think it was 2017, 2018, and I was at a job for 11 years. And when I call on the phone, I was in the process trying to find another job, but me never sure me not will get through the other job, so me I prepare myself just in case me don't get the work, right? The first mode I use my unemployment from me there in the States. And when I call, they make sure that, okay, this is the person they talk to my boss at the time, which I was about to leave the job or whatever. And within no time, me never have to keep on a call and say, okay, where's my money? Where's my money? I didn't have to do that. After the interview was done, she said within few weeks or 2 weeks or whatever, you will start to receive your money. They give me the link to where me can go on the unemployment website to see how much money. And it was a lot of money. They didn't use all of the money in there. But at least it wasn't a
It was dealt with.
right where I
Right.
could call them. I didn't have
Right.
to call them. Never, and they
But
never.
that shouldn't be your mother's responsibility either, because once she visits the office and she put in the claim or fill out whatever documentation needs to be filled out, I would think that once they get to her name, then they are the ones who should be responsible to reach out to her and say, okay, Miss So and So, you can come into the office this day or whatever.
And I think that's the way it should work, because my thing is this: if you take up a job in a government facility, when you are applying for the job, you know exactly what the job description is. So if you feel you cannot manage a job description, then don't apply for the job. If you go into your work and your job description mean that you have to go through 10 files every day and docket everything and put it in a computer, put stuff in a PDF file before you apply for the job, make sure that you're able to do that. When you go into office and you see those files, you're not supposed to do all kind of something and not do your job. That's what you go into office to do. I have read Neil Clark, I Ministry of Finance, through Ministry of Finance, and I sent him an email, no response.
What's his name?
Neil Clark.
All right, people, at Neil Clark to the whole on tag him too, so that him can see the live here too, because he need to know say, you know, people has been trying.
Yeah, once you type in Ministry of Finance, you can find him, because that's how I found him on Facebook. I have sent a message to the Prime Minister. I have sent a message to Mr. Holness. I sent a message on Instagram to Mr. Holness a few years ago, no response. I also sent an email. I gone one search about 2 weekends ago before my move, because remember the other day I said me I go move, right? Before my move, I went into full gear sending out email, message as much as I can. No response from no one. My dad have spoke to someone, I think it was 2 weeks ago, but at this time we cannot take their word for it, because she spoke to someone in June and they told her that, oh, she'll be able to start receive our money. October we in and now, and she not spent. So at this point, as much as we are talk to people and I say, oh, we are take care, because that's exactly what is happening when she go there. Every time she go there, oh, Miss Smith, you know, it's just this document. Oh, the last time she went, she said they say they have 3 buildings to get to, 3 places they have to get to. When she first trying to start the process, they were trying to take some years off of how much years she worked. And thank God my mother woman will keep her information. And she have to go down there and say, this is the amount of time that I work. So I don't know what you have in your system. Even things like that should not, there should be no room for mistake like that. Especially a government facility. You should have every nurse file and in some special place, so when it's time for the person, you know, to receive their retirement, there should be no mix up with when they start their duty. None. You know, so
And
that
this seems to be a common thing, because there's Audrey in the comment section saying she's having a similar situation where she go to one organization, they say them not get documents from the other. So it sounds like a big confusion in them system.
A big confusion, because I had reached out to a girlfriend of mine in New York. She had a family member that is in the same field as my mom. She worked for Ministry of Health just like my mom for a few years as well. The lady tell my girlfriend, she tell me she had 3 years and she have to call them every single day. Nobody have the time of day for that. I mean, the time of day for call him call him like that. Me I go lose my work, or me I go keep my work if me if you kept up your call like that. Nobody have the time.
And this is something that the woman is entitled to. She shouldn't have to be
She should not,
running behind them to get it.
exactly. She should have never have to be calling you like that, constantly calling you for you to do your job. No, absolutely not. She should have
Did
not.
your mom or anyone make attempt to actually go and speak with the head of Ministry of Finance?
I don't know if when she goes, she asked to speak to him, because I don't think she even know who he is. And I did not know who he is until I decided to do my research and look him up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so that's when I found Neil Clark. So
Right.
it's decided to go on Facebook, and I decided to, type in Ministry of Finance, and that's when he popped up, and I sent him no response or anything.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Nothing.
viewers, like I said, if you're just checking in, this is Fabian, and she is talking about the fact that her mother has been employed for 40 years with a government entity, and now she has been trying to get her pension now for 4 years, and they have been giving her the runaround. Right? Them tell her, I said them wait on this document from that place, and when she visit the other place, them tell her, I said them already send the documents over. So it's just a bunch of back and forth, and the woman is unable to get her pension. So I'm asking everybody that's here right now. She called the name of the who's in charge of Ministry of Finance, and she says Neil Clark, you said?
Yes, Neil Clark.
So I want everybody right now to just simply tag Neil Clark in this live, right, and share out this live as best as possible, and also tag Ministry of Finance themselves in this live and Ministry of Health, so that they can see this video and understand what is going on. Because the issue is this, sometimes you have to hit out on social media so that they can see, say, listen, some kind of alarm is being created, and then it will bring their attention to what's going on, right? Because some of them don't really like when time them get disgraced on social media. And honestly, I saw we have to do them sometime. We just have to disgrace them if them do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, me we drag them through social media, because that's our money and she work hard for it. So me we drag anybody through social media for our money. Period, point blank. Because at this point, I'm just frustrated. When I spoke to my mother a few weeks ago, she said, Kim, I am tired. When I see my father go to the extreme and say, whatever you can do, forget our story out there, even if you have to go up on TVG. And my mother is a very private person. Anybody that know my mother is a very, very private person. And that is the thing. When she goes down there, she talk very soft, and because that's who she is. Unlike me, no mood, I get fed up with 2 years ago and start load up the building long time, because things like this me not like. Especially when I work hard for my money. I work hard for it. And I know my mother. My mother is not a lazy person. My mother always at work for me. I'm 41 years old, and I have no memory of my mother not working. Not one single memory I have. And my sisters are hardworking people in Jamaica. My sisters are hard work. They go to college. They have the good profession. They're hardworking people in society. And I have 4 brothers, and they're hardworking people. So this is not somebody just have people that live in Jamaica, live off a government system and all of them something there. She work hard and she train her kids right. So to see her no want her money, it's heart wrenching.
How old is your mother now?
64. April coming, she's gonna be 65.
And 40 years of her life, she dedicated to this company.
To Ministry of Health in Jamaica.
And no she can't reap the benefits of it.
And now she can't reap the benefit. She have to beg, literally a beg for reap the benefit of her hard work.
What is the final thing you want to say right now, just in case the Ministry of Health or the Ministry of Finance should hear this live? What do you want to say to them? Address them directly now.
I would want, when she come back, give her a sincere answer where we're going with her case at this point. If there's any information that you guys need, let her know. She will be able to present it, and give her a time frame, a genuine timeline when she'll be able to receive her pension. Don't have her keep on going in circles, because then we have to maybe go take another legal route. That is my thing right now. And for everyone and you're listening, I really appreciate, and I really love if everyone just share it and put it out there, because I know there's a lot of nurses in Jamaica right now that is going through it. I know someone in St. Thomas as well, another nurse that my mother run into, and the lady says she's going through the same thing.
If they come across this video and they want to reach out, how can they contact you though?
Well, I'm on Facebook, or they can send me an email, kim361980@gmail.com.
All right, and tell them your Facebook name just in case they come across the video and they want to.
My Facebook name.
Fabian Smith. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So viewers, there you have it from Fabian. Like I said, it wouldn't have been a long live. She just wanted to get her story out there so that you all can contribute by sharing out this live. That's all we're asking of you, to just share this video long as far as you can share it. Just share it so that it gets where it needs to get. It needs to get to the Ministry of Health, and it needs to get to the Ministry of Finance and the ministers in charge of those entities. All right, so just tag them, share the video, and get it out. Okay, not a long live, not a bunch of talking, we're irrelevant, just right to the point. Fabian, I do hope that they see this video and they decide to reach out to you. Or if you want to see this video, I don't want to reach out to me to get Fabian's contact, you can reach out to me as well, Mr. Minister of Health and Mr. Minister of Finance. If you don't want to contact me for Fabian's contact, you can do so as well. All right, Fabian, I do hope this gets resolved, and thank you so much for joining me and sharing what's going on. All right,
And your program, I really appreciate it.
all right, Fabian, have a good Saturday.
Same to you.
Right now, you know we unstoppable. Unstoppable.